Yeah. Oh, there's Kyle. Hey, Kyle. How are you? Good to see you.
How are you doing?
Good. Can I record you? Sorry. Didn't mean to not shake your hand.
Why you got
You doing good?
ice pack?
My
Battery gets too hot?
My phone is overheating and it's just shutting down. So yeah, it sucks.
Maybe it'll cool off for you, huh?
Yeah. We got a windy one today.
Yeah.
Whoa, and there goes a hat. You got a few minutes to chat?
Sure.
Okay.
Where's my water at?
This is Kyle. He's the leader of Chi Alpha, and I've interviewed him once before. You want to just do it here?
How's your wife?
Oh, she's good.
You okay?
Yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah, she's doing good.
You said she had some.
Oh, she's doing great. Yeah, I appreciate you asking. How's your family?
That's funny you asked. My wife just twisted her knee
Ooh.
2 days ago. But
Was she?
she was carrying the boys over those kid gates. She had one boy and.
You know, I think the last time I saw you, you had a kid like climbing all over your shoulder.
Yeah,
so
I got two wild rambunctious, a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old.
Oh.
They just run around the house. So.
That's a wild age.
Yeah.
That was, yeah, looking back, because I've got 2 kids that are 13 and 11 now. But when they were that young, that's when they're the most rambunctious, you know, I think. I was out here a few days ago, just asking if anyone in your group wanted to talk. And they were told, I was told that, well, I asked one guy, can you talk? And he's like, well, hold on a second, let me ask. And he was like, no, I've been advised not to speak with me. Is there a reason, is it true, and is there a reason why that somebody doesn't want them to speak with me?
Do you remember who it was? Was it
I do.
Was it a bigger guy?
No, I really don't want to identify him, but it was sort of the vibe that I got from the people that day. And also, even today, like if I ask, like this morning I walked by.
Well, see, this is a communication table for our group, registered student organization called Chi Alpha at UTSA. And as a registered student organization, we walk in the liberties that the university so greatly allows us. And so we want to tell people about our organization, tell people about our small groups and our Bible studies. And we want people, we're absolutely upfront, we want people to join these organizations, learn more about God, become Christians, repent of their sins, believe the gospel.
Pretty much what everyone tables, right? Everyone's got an objective.
So whether it's so this is suicide awareness, and we have a sorority, and they're all advocating their table, for their purpose and their goals. Just like you have a purpose and you have a goal, and so we get I think that you are of the mindset that if there were people who are seeking truth, I don't know if you would fit in that category. You seem to be trying to remove truth from people's lives, from my point of view. Now, I understand that from your point of view, you believe you're doing people a great service by removing any preconceived or faulty bases for making moral choices and things like that. Like I remember one time we talked and you said that you just wanted people to believe the truth, which is noble, which is a noble, it's a noble, I don't know if that would be calling or worldview. That's a noble decision our idea to act upon, that you want people to believe the truth. But there doesn't seem to be the receptivity that comes with someone who's seeking the truth.
Oh, I see. Okay, I think
I'm saying. I think that
you don't think I'm as open to changing my mind as I purport to be.
Yeah, I don't think you're genuinely seeking the truth. I think that this is kind of, in a sense, a facade. You ask spiritual questions, but you don't want spiritual answers. You see what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
You're deeply involved with religious topics, but you, in a sense, don't want to know God. You don't want to experience God. You just want, I think, in some ways, want to be right. Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, you are mistaken on that, honestly, because I am searching for truth, and if that truth is your God, or the Hindu God, or the Muslim God, then I do want to know about it. It has been a while since we've talked, and I thought I explained this, but it's been a year.
If you want to know God,
Yeah.
the first step is obedience. You need to start obeying God.
I need to start obeying something I don't believe in.
Well, yeah, sure. Why not? Why not just call it a good old-fashioned empirical experiment? Why don't you just act for 60 days like a Christian? Just act like it.
Just
Pray to
fake
God
it
as
till you
if
make it.
No, not that. Pray to God as if He was real. Start acting like He was real.
Does that really seem authentic?
Well,
Genuine?
I mean, if you really
Sincere?
want to know.
Could I do
Because
the...
I don't honestly believe in your heart of hearts you think all of this came about by random chance. I don't think you really believe that. I think your mind has made this intellectual construct and you're making those decisions, but in your mind, do you really think the complexity of all of this happened through random chance?
Could I just do that same 60-day believe in it until I believe in it for any God, Kyle? Can I do that for the Muslim
Sure,
God?
why not?
Could I do that for the Hindu
See,
God?
I mean, I just asked you a genuine question, Anthony.
But could
Do
I?
you really think all of this happened through haphazard, random chance?
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know. So why are you trying to remove the possibility that what I'm saying, that there's a real creator? Why are you trying to remove that from people's lives? If you don't know.
No, I don't know. But
you don't know.
Hold on a second.
So you need
That's
to
right.
stop acting upon what you don't know.
You're talking about two different things.
No, I'm not. Because you're going around and you want to remove people's belief from God. Don't you? Let's be honest.
Hold on a second. Can I answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
If the method that a person is using to arrive at their belief is unreliable, I want to help people discover that. Please let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay? If somebody says, I believe because of faith, and I thought Jesus came to me at Breakaway last year, and I know that because of faith, if the person discovers that faith is unreliable, and they lower their confidence, maybe even temporarily, that the belief is true, but go out and seek evidence to support the belief, a more reliable justification for holding it, then I'd be happy with that. If that journey leads them to discarding their God belief, I would be happy with that as well. I'm seeking ultimate truth.
I just don't, honestly, Anthony, between me and you, I don't believe you that you're seeking ultimate truth. I believe you have an agenda. I believe you're going for likes. I believe you're going for a YouTube channel. I don't think you're genuinely looking for the God that made all of this, that made you and that made you me.
I've told you now twice, and before I had too, like, I am sincerely open to believing what you believe, but I can't just believe it for 60 days and fool myself that it's true.
I'm not trying to tell you to fool yourself or trick yourself. I just want you to obey God. That's the bottom line. That's the whole message of the Bible,
Kyle,
is you obey God. Because revelation only comes through obedience. And because you're walking in disobedience, God will not speak to you. Because it would be unwise for Him to do so. Because all He would be doing is compounding your judgment. More knowledge, more responsibility. You don't want knowledge. You don't want to walk in what you already know. All creation is testified about God and His invisible attributes, and they're clearly seen. So that men are without excuse. So, but you don't want to do that. You want to do what you want to do. And
well, I've explained to you what I'm doing out here, and it's completely up to you to decide if you believe me or not. But I guess what I'm more interested in is, why would you, it sounds like, can you confirm that, are you advising people not to speak with me on camera about why they hold these beliefs?
Oh, sure. Some people come up to me and they go, hey, there's this guy, a lot of people, you're becoming a well-known name among university people. People are like, hey, why is this guy coming up to with a GoPro asking us spiritual questions and then, challenging beliefs of God? So obviously people come to me and ask me questions because I'm the street corner Jesus is a live guy sign.
Right.
So that being said, I said, hey, Anthony is a nice guy. He's always been cordial to me. However, he has an agenda. He wants you to not believe in God. So if you want
my agenda is the truth. So if any one of your followers, Kyle, has the truth, if you have it, I want to know it. But if they don't have the truth, if the manner with which they arrived at their truth is shaky, I want to be able to shine a spotlight on that for them, so they can perhaps discover the real truth.
Yeah, I mean, there's this appearance of sincerity and genuineness about that, but honestly, I don't believe that that's your ultimate motivation. I think inwardly there's probably some resentment or bitterness which is causing you to act this way. Do you understand?
I understand you believe that. Have you advised people in your group to not speak with me?
If people ask me, should I talk to him while I am promoting a registered student organization, obviously I'm going to say, hey, Anthony has an agenda. If you're at the booth, why don't you try to meet people, invite them to a Bible study, tell them about Jesus. Anthony doesn't want to know those things. Which it's clear. Do you want to know? You want to come to church with me on Sunday? Do you want to come to a Bible study?
I've been to your church.
Yeah. So do you want to come again?
If what you're teaching is true, I want to know about it.
Because if you want to obey God, that's great. That'd be wonderful.
If your God does exist, I want to know about it, and I'll respect him and follow him and do all that stuff. Obey him. Obeying was a big part of it for you.
I'd be careful because, the book that I believe and the God that I believe says by your words you will be justified, and by your own words you will be condemned. And from my worldview and from my religion, one day you will really have to give an account for this appearance of a noble, I want people to believe the truth, I want people to understand. Like, that's all going to come back around one day. That's what I believe.
Sure. Have you advised people in your group to avoid speaking to me only when they're tabling, or if they just happen to see me out and about and they're going to a class?
So if people come up to me and ask me by case basis, there's this Anthony guy, should I talk to him? I say Anthony's a nice guy. If you're at the booth, don't waste your time. That's a case by case basis. I've never made a public announcement or a group announcement or an announcement to leadership to stay away from Anthony. I didn't do that. Because you're a human being, and every person deserves the right to freely communicate. And this is America, so you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I didn't generally speak it. But if people come up to me and ask me, "Hey, should I do this at the booth?" That's not very wise. Because while you're at the booth, let's be talking to students who want to know who Jesus is, who've never heard the gospel. Let's give them the opportunity to hear the gospel and not waste time.
It would be a waste of time for them to speak to me while they're tabling?
Oh, sure. So the thing is we don't, as a Christian, we don't always have to pour out light to people. Jesus didn't even do that himself. Jesus was totally okay with people walking away. Rich young ruler, Jesus gives the requirement: sell all that you have and come after me and follow me. Rich young ruler goes, can't do that, and he went away. And Jesus was sad that he went away, but Jesus didn't pander after him. He's not a nanny panny God. He's a king, and we don't accept him, or we don't make him Lord. Jesus is Lord. Jesus is God, whether you believe it or not. But mark my words, one day your knee will bow.
If somebody from your group agreed to speak with me,
It's America.
yeah, and they
Freedom to exercise our religion. This is a public university. They're free to do what they want. I'm not a controlling. That'd be weird, wouldn't it? But I just want people, if they're gonna, and I'm grateful that they're here, and I want to teach them how to tell people about Jesus. I want to teach them how to evangelize. I want to teach them how to testify. I want to teach them how to share their faith.
You're teaching that. I know. I get that. But if
so, within teaching that, there's a category of people.
Right.
Some people Some people have penitent form. They want to know. They're interested. They're genuine seekers. Some people are completely indifferent, careless, casual. They don't want anything to do with God or the Bible or things like that. And so there's all different kinds of categories of people. Okay? And as of right now, you're in a category of a non-genuine seeker. You're right on the same line as a Mormon, a missionary, or a sheik, or someone like that. You are advocating a worldview which is not indifferent or apathetic to the things of God, but is hostile against.
Have you ever seen my?
The Apostle Paul would call you an enemy of the cross.
Have you ever seen my interviews? Do you know that I strictly, almost always just ask questions that I'm not telling anybody what to think?
Okay. But your motivation
is truth.
That's what you really want.
Yeah, I told you that.
Well, then I really believe that if your genuine motivation was true, then you would, along with billions of people throughout history, find truth in Jesus of Nazareth. If that was true, well then right there's a library and there's the Holy Bible you can check out for free, and you can learn about the life and teachings of Jesus of Nazareth and find the truth that you so desperately seek, along with 2 billion other people throughout history.
That would take probably a leap of faith for me to be certain that your book is true.
Well, you're going directly to the source. You're going directly to the source of Christ, the scriptures themselves.
Because the scriptures claim that they're the source.
No, they're eyewitness testimonies. You could take it from a strictly historical view.
Yeah.
That these are eyewitness testimonies, just like there's eyewitness testimonies of Mahatma Gandhi, or there's eyewitness testimonies of Abraham Lincoln. You could take the Gospels as eyewitness testimonies, and if you really are genuinely seeking truth, you could get an accurate picture of his life and would know.
That's why you believe it.
No, remember, one of multifaceted reasons.
But if I had a conversation with a person in your group who recognized that all the reasons why he is so sure, 100% sure that your God exists, that Jesus is real, every example that he was able to provide is resting on a foundation of faith. And it's not personal experience.
And evidence.
It's not evidence. Like they don't have evidence.
Who does?
Oh, I'm just saying that I had a conversation with somebody like that.
So someone who has like maybe maybe they're new in the faith, and
that's what he said.
Maybe they all they have is what they personally believe.
But listen, if I could, you spend hours with these people. I'm asking for 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Are the questions that I'm asking so frightening to you that you would dissuade members of your group from speaking with me?
No, but the epistles, the wisdom of the church says this: there are shepherds and there are wolves, and there are newborn babies in Christ who honestly are just learning the principles of the faith. They're learning how to pray. They're learning how to read the Bible for the first time. They're learning who God is. They're learning the beauty of His character and His holiness. They're basically toddlers. They're walking. They're newborns in the faith. And it's my spiritual responsibility, as God has entrusted these people to me and many other shepherds and overseers, is to protect them and to guard them against people who would be detrimental to their walk and relationship with God. You see what I'm saying? People who are going to cast doubt and cast all kinds of a shadow on the person.
You think doubt is a bad thing?
Well, I believe doubt followed through is a wonderful thing. Doubt followed through. And if you're honest and you really search out your doubt, I don't believe God is afraid of doubt, but you have to be honest with it. And you can't go halfway with it. You can't just stop. You got to go all the way.
What makes regular doubt different than doubt followed through?
Oh, okay. So most people, sometimes you can have a college student and they'll be new in the faith and they'll experience doubt for the first time. And they'll go, oh, and their whole world starts to unravel. And instead of going down to the real philosophical ideas, the real constructs of the faith, they just throw it all aside and start living for their passions, start living for their fleshly desires, start living selfishly for their own highest good with no regard to others. And so they didn't they didn't allow doubt its work in their life to go to the foundations of the faith, to the principles that Jesus really is real, alive, personal, that he really will speak, and that he really will guide and correct. Those simple, elementary principles of the faith weren't trusted. So with people who are wolves, I say, hey, stay away from them. That's common sense.
Is somebody really doubting if they're unwilling to completely abandon a belief? If they're always going to maintain that tether with the deeply held belief, is it really legitimate doubt?
Well, I think doubt in its truest form could be described as uncertainty. An uncertainty of the veracity of an event or a person's character.
It sounds like you're saying that you're okay if somebody doubts their belief, as long as they always maintain that link to it.
No, what I'm saying is that I want them to have a genuine doubt, which causes them to study and not causes them to keg stand. Do you understand the difference? Because most time people come into college environment, 4 out of 5 college students will not attend church after college. They come in here and they get professors, they get people like you, which completely assault their whole untested faith. And because American Christianity is so weak and doesn't equip these young believers for every work, and it doesn't bring them to spiritual maturity, that whenever they are tested, they get into this cognitive dissonance. They get into this their life begins to fall apart, and then they begin to sin. They begin to act immoral and act selfishly, and then they have this horrible problem of what they believe doesn't match up with what they're doing, and so it is easier to change what you believe than change your actions. And so then 4 out of 5 of them will depart from the faith. They'll deny the Lord, and by the end of their college, their career, they'll have GoPros and laptops and advocating the same thing that I'm hearing.
Wouldn't you want somebody to test the faith? To poke it and prod it and examine it, to be certain that what they're believing in is true, that they've hitched their wagon to the correct God? Wouldn't you want to encourage this type of dialogue that I'm having with people?
You ever heard of devil's advocate? I don't advocate for the devil. The Bible calls him one who pokes and prods, who tries to find the weak link in the armor. And as my job as an overseer in the faith, my responsibility is to make sure that every believer is thoroughly equipped with the armor of God, that there's no weakness. I have responsibility to do that.
Are my respectful, probing questions akin to a devil trying to interfere with somebody's God belief?
You have to understand, from my worldview, from my belief, the Bible says the whole world lays under the sway of the evil one. Okay? That he has really darkened and clouded people's minds so that they are, in a sense, almost unable to respond to revelation. That people really can have a darkened and clouded mind, that their eyes can almost, in a sense, be obscure to spiritual truth and spiritual reality, that their ears will be stuffed up, that they won't be able to hear the voice of God anymore, that their conscience can be hardened. All of these imageries basically speak of the ability to perceive, perception. And so yes, I believe people can be deceived in their perceptions of the reality of God's kingdom. Absolutely.
Does it alarm you that it sounds like you're saying that you view respectful probing and questions as a bad thing, that it's something that I need to avoid and be wary of?
Well, okay, so you have to understand, as a Christian, there is an enemy, there's a devil, there's demonic forces, there's all kinds of things. Remember, as a Christian, Christians believe in spiritual warfare. That some people are possessed, some people are controlled by the devil, some people are influenced by the devil, and there's a whole gambit and range of that. That's classic Christianity. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So You have to understand, I believe that. Remember, I'm your Bible-believing fundamentalist.
Sure. But, sir,
Street preacher,
Kyle,
Jesus guy.
if that belief isn't true...
Isn't true?
Yeah, hold on. Hang in with me here. If the belief isn't true in this philosophy that you've committed so much of your life to, and your time, and your family, isn't true, how would you ever discover it if you weren't willing to answer some of the general respectful questions that I pose to people?
Oh, I'm trying to answer all your questions. I'm trying to answer every question that you ask me. See, the thing is there's a difference between someone who's an infant in the faith and someone who can earnestly contend for the faith.
If they had the truth, whether they were a newbie or somebody in the belief for 30, 40 years...
Oh, there's a difference between...
why does it matter?
There's a difference between... because a Christian who has just gotten saved doesn't have the knowledge. He's not thoroughly equipped for every good work. He's not capable, in a sense, to be able to withstand a well-prepared academic philosophical onslaught that has been specifically catered and designed to uproot his faith. You understand?
At what age, how many years in your church would somebody need before you'd be comfortable with them speaking with me?
In all honesty, they
4
would
years,
be
3
a
years,
mature
2
disciple
years?
of the faith. It takes about 3 years. It takes about 3 years to bring a college student or just anyone into a mature, vibrant, well-rounded, holistic faith in the Lord Jesus Christ, in which they're able to withstand all the wiles of the devil and to be aware of his devices and understand his word. But then, about 3 years.
If I had a conversation with somebody that has been a member of Chi Alpha for 10 years, let's say, hardcore, like they went to school here, they got really infatuated with it, made it their life, and we just had a few conversations, and they ended up lowering their confidence in the existence of this God that you believe, this God that they believe. What would you think? How would your reaction be if a seasoned member would abandon their belief?
You know what I would think. You would think that I was saying that this person is denying the Lord, that they're forfeiting their birthright. They're pushing aside the truth, and they're walking in disobedience. And so, what would be my response to them? What would I say? The same thing that I'm saying to you: obey God. It's time to obey God. That's the entire message of the Bible. Obey. Obey.
Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Let's talk some more.